Today in the wood yard, we're going to get some free wood. We're gonna fill up the trailer and bring it back and make a big dump. Here we go. You guys. So there's the first load. Gonna go eat another one now. I like free wood. So there it is, 2 beautiful loads of maple that I did not have to cut the tree down. I did not have to cut up the logs. The guys helped me load it, and there's at least 5 face cords here, or maybe close to 6. I might have 2 full cords. Probably not quite, but it's a good bunch. And all I gotta do is split it, stack it, and sell it. So this is at least $500 to maybe $550 worth of wood, something like that. That took me 1 hour and 45 minutes from the time I left to the time I got back with the last load, because they did a lot of the loading for me. I just cut the big rounds up and we wheeled them over into the trailer with a hand cart and wheelbarrow and loaded them up. There's 2 guys there that helped me, and so yeah, this is very profitable. I didn't have to pay for it, and I was literally 4 miles away. So good score, huh? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the splitter down on that end. I'm going to split it. I'm going to throw it that way. So back where you see those piles over there, I'm going to start stacking about there and bring it this way. So that all this wood's going to migrate that direction. And then I can put more wood in front here. So good score. Now the next job for today is I have to load the trailer up with a full cord of oak. And I'm going to go deliver that at a campground, and that's going to happen probably in just a little while. So you'll see that next. Now I just realized I have about 2.5 hours before I have to even load my wood to go do my delivery, because it's later in the day today. So what I'm going to do is I just hooked up my splitter. I'm going to run it around the pile. I'm going to back it up. I'm going to start splitting this stuff to get it out of the way. Because otherwise I got to chuck the wood a little too far to load it into the trailer, because some of the wood I need is actually back behind that, because I'm not the sharpest stick in the woods. I didn't realize I need to get in at that wood. I mean, I could have thrown it over the top of it, no problem. But I got to split this stuff anyway, and it's a beautiful day today. It's about 60 degrees, sun shining, birds are singing. So I hooked up the splitter, the Easton Made Ultra, and I'm gonna run it over there and we're gonna start splitting. I got a couple hours of splitting to do. That'll be awesome to get that done. Now, some of you might be new to my channel, and it's great if you are. I'm glad you're here. Some people look at my splitter and they think, boy, it looks awful messy. That's because I use it a lot. And the mess that's on there is oil. It's not hydraulic fluid that's leaking or anything. I have no leaks. What it's from is this oil that I use because I lubricate the rail that the plate slides on. I use nothing but the best Mobil 1. Oh, actually, it's all waste oil. My son uses Mobil 1 in all of his cars, and so when he changes his oil, and I think he's got 4 cars now, he gives me all of his waste oil, and that's what I squirt on here. So what I have is I got a bottle, and I have a little hole poked in the top. And so what I do is I just give the rails a little squirt like this. So every once in a while I'm splitting, I'll just give it a squirt like you see here. I'll just kind of do a little one of these, and then I run the rail back and forth. And that's why this is all messy like that. But it's not going to get rusty. And I'd rather have it oily than rusty. So that's what that is. So here we go. It's time to do some splitting. Well, I was splitting along happily, and I rammed a piece on here that's a crotch, and I jammed it on really bad, as you can see. It does not want to come off, and I don't want to beat on it with my maul trying to pound it this way, so I'm going to be smarter about it. And I went and got my chain, or a chain, and I'm going to wrap it around the back of the log and then around my hydraulic ram here, and I'm just going to pull it off. You probably, for those of you that have been watching a while, you saw my brother and I do this with his splitter, but I've never had to do it with this one before. I've never had one that bad that I couldn't get it off. So we're going to start it up. I'm going to pull it off right now. So let's give it a try. So there you go. Very slick, very easy, very fast. Now the chain I got is it's for tying down rigs on a load. I need to get a shorter one because all I would need would be maybe like probably an 8-footer would do it, 10 at the most. This chain I think is like 20-footer. But you see how easy that pulled it off just by using the ram. So it worked excellent. So there you go, little tip for you. Get back to splitting now. Well, I planned on splitting for like another hour and a half, and I had 2 buddies stop over, and they've been here for about a little over an hour, and they just left, so I had to get my splitting done. So that's okay. It was nice to take a break. The problem is, however, is I planned on having all this wood right here split so I could back the trailer in here to get it this wood. So I have a dilemma. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all the rounds from here, put them off to the side so I can back the trailer in, because I really don't want to, have to throw the wood that far. So I'm just going to move everything off to the sides here, and then I'm eventually going to split it. It's going to be right here anyway. I'm going to stack it right there, and I can't come around this way. I mean, I could come around this way, but that's a low spot, and that's really soft right there, and I would tear it up because there's it's my drainage area. So I'm just going to move these rounds off to the side, and then we're gonna load the wood for the delivery, which is right here. So here we go, moving wood time again. So now I got the trailer backed up. I got to take this whole row right here, chuck it in the trailer. So it's loading time. So right there is where it was. It was all right through here. That was 2 face cords, or 2/3 of a cord. And now I'm gonna go over to wood that I've got up over here that's red oak from the barkless stuff that I cut and split. It's dry. I wanna get some of that off the ground before it rains and gets wet. So that's 2 face cords in there, and I gotta put 1 more in. So we're gonna go throw it on right now. That's where it was. That's where it is. I just got done loading it, and it is a beautiful load, I must say so myself. It is about the first 2 face cords I put on was a 50-50 mix of red oak and bur oak. And then what I just put on now is all of this red oak that I split that was dry, and I did moisture test it. The wood that's underneath was 1.5 years old, and I moisture tested it, and it was 13, 14, 15%, so it's all really good. And then this stuff on top is all 16, 17%, but they're bigger chunks. And it's going to a single person buying it, but then he's gonna divide it in half, and I guess the people that camp right next to him are gonna get half, and he's going to take the other half. And it's about a 54-mile drive, so they're paying me for delivery and the wood. And everybody's going to ask, because I get asked this a lot, how much is the wood? A full cord is $330, and the delivery on this is going to be $60. So $390 for this is what it's going to be. So there it is. Down the road we go. Next time you're going to see it, it'll be flying out the back of the truck. You guys spend every weekend here?
We are now. Get that log away from the tire.
Yeah, it'll
Go right over. You want to come back all the way to the little trees here?
yeah, if we go right about here, about another feet.
Okay.
And that way,
All right. Good.
Smells like a campground. It's not fire.
There you go. Gotta have a fire.
Let's see if it'll lift it. On the top, there's a third of a board, our face board. And then smaller stuff underneath mixed up, so it's
Okay.
like 3 different sizes you'll have. Oh, it'll burn. It's all like, it's all about a year and a half old, so I mean, it's oh, it's yeah.
Not a drop on the road. Kate's got your money.
Is there a lot of kids around? Kids.
Well, there's two youngins that are Diane's grandkids. Yeah, maybe if I give them a couple bucks, they'll stack it all for me. There you go. I'll buy you a soda up at the bar if you stack all my wood.
Oh, he's making you pay, huh? Oh,
Where did you come from?
Appleton.
Appleton.
Yeah, actually, a lot of this wood comes from Washera County, Packer County, I don't think. So I buy a lot of it from a logger, and he's got 54 different properties that he cuts on that he owns, like 3,000 acre properties. So
I remember asking about like if you had to get the like sometimes they'll tell you you have to get the wood within a certain distance.
that's if you're going to a state park.
You know, like because of the bugs and worms
Yep.
or whatever.
Yep.
But I believe the answer was no, that it's not a thing here.
It was for a few years when the emerald ash borer was there trying to stop the spread. You weren't supposed to. There was like 5 different zones, and you could go from some zones to other zones, but a couple zones nobody could go into.
Okay.
But they all gave up on that now, so now it's like whatever. But still, state campgrounds, they want you to buy the wood with
Buy the wood from them.
certain,
Okay.
well,
A
within a
certain
certain distance, yeah.
Alright.
But in public or private campgrounds, but it's public, but it's privately owned. It's not state owned. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. So
I like that.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Do what we want.
So this will. I don't know if this
Well,
will
thanks
last
for
us all
making the
season,
trip.
but if not, we'll give you another call.
Yeah, and just so you know too, oak is great wood. It burns great and everything, but a lot of people that I sell to for campfire wood buy other kinds of wood too, and it is cheaper. Oak is 110 per face cord, and if you get cherry, ash, locust, maple, or hickory, it's all 110 per face cord. But if you get a mixed hardwood, which is your lower grade stuff, which is going to be like aspen, box elder, cottonwood, that's only 100. And if you get pine, that's only $90 per face cord.
Yeah.
They got
We just had pine, and it burns good, but it burns fast.
right, it burns fast. What a lot of
Corey was saying this will burn hot and burn long.
yeah, what a lot of people do for campfire wood that I sell is they'll do half pine, half hardwood, and it'll burn a little longer, but it'll be more. What do we got pine now? I can hear it snapping.
Yeah.
So I can do a half and half mix.
The
You can't,
last
yeah.
two.
So there it is. I'm leaving the campground. I did the dump, and I'm down the road to the next one, and that'll be tomorrow probably, I think. So thanks for watching today. Please hit the buttons, you know what to do, and tomorrow I'll be back in the wood yard, and you should come along. It'll be fun, and we'll do some cutting between now and then. You should get outside and do some cutting. Good night, Irene.